I'm appalled. I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Quite an eventful weekend. Rocco's birthday party went down.
Yes, it was a rager.
Yep, that happened. A bunch of celebrities died. Somebody tried to shoot a former president. That's crazy,
It was
man.
so active.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
People tearing into the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, yeah, the Copa America, the Hard Rock Stadium. Yeah, last night, that was crazy. Yeah, it was just one thing after another, man.
Kids dressing up like cats. That's
I know, yeah. We had a story of an Uber driver dressing up like a cat, actually.
We actually joke about kids dressing up like cats, but it's a thing, and it's getting worse.
Well, is it really a thing where you're going to have adults identifying as cats?
I don't know about adults, but I know it is a thing with middle school kids. And there's some schools that are just like, all right, I guess we got to let them be cats.
I got no problem with cosplaying with the cat, but if you are, let's say you had to go into an office and sit down with Bob from accounting, but he says he's a cat and he's looking out of his saucer. He's even coughing up a hairball.
Yeah.
I'd still get it. I mean, I'd still get the deal done.
Yeah. I could work with somebody dressed as a cat, but it'd be odd. But you know, I could make it happen. Yeah.
I'd actually love it.
Yeah.
You would love it because you love weird.
Oh, I'd be dressed like a cat the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Angie was asking if we made it to Rocco's Party. Now, I laid low. Cannon had a hair appointment at Boca, and so the family was down south, and I just stayed home and kind of chilled in bed.
Well, you've been sick all week, and you've been battling not getting bronchitis, and it's a delicate dance.
It is. So I did not really go out at all this weekend. Cannon had a basketball game yesterday. I went to that, but
Look, nobody blames you.
that was it.
You weren't in health form to be raging, and the party was raging.
Yeah, and I was going to go. I was on my way going. I couldn't get a hold of you guys at first. I don't have your address. I had no idea how to get to your house. So then when you guys Panda finally called me back. He's like, yeah, man, it's wrapping up. I go, really? Y'all wrapping up kind of early this year? He's like, yeah, it's time.
It's a long day. When you start drinking at noon.
Were you a little crate? Were you turned?
Yeah, I was turned. I mean, come on.
Come on. She's not going to have
open
one of
bar.
her kids. Yeah.
That was the vibe I got from
Uncle Jerry was the bartender, so he is on it. I mean, my cup never dropped below half full.
I just know how you do celebrations, and there was that one time, it might have been Halloween on a Tuesday. You went so hard up until about 11:30. You're dancing in your yard, drinking still. So I know you just go big on these holidays or celebrations.
We had the clubhouse, but it was only for like the daytime. You know, at night, we didn't keep it for the nighttime hours. So I said we'd be out of there by 6 p.m. So I wanted to wrap. And I mean, the kids were just going wild. They put bubbles in the jacuzzi.
Oh, yeah. I figured they'd be tearing it up and having fun.
It was enough. 6 hours of partying was enough.
For whatever reason, your address didn't come up on my list. Usually I have it saved.
Yeah.
In there.
Okay.
I think I got gremlins. All my technology has turned to shit.
Interesting.
Everything has turned. I mean, just nothing's working.
You weren't busy with lady friends this weekend?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's not a laugh for.
Right. I just figured maybe a lady friend kept you from Rocco's party.
No, that's all just a rumor.
Just a rumor, huh?
But whatever she's trying to conjure up over there, I don't know what she's trying to do.
Just trying to get some chatter going around here, trying to stir it up.
I heard it was lady friends.
Well,
Lady Frienza or
No.
Frienda?
Lady Frienza.
lady friends.
It's like a frenzy, but it's female.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, let her squawk, bird. Just
I'm
let
happy for you if you're getting some loving.
Somebody around here needs
You
it.
need some loving.
somebody around here needs it. Yeah, do you give Panda any loving?
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet he was pumped.
We were definitely frisky on Saturday night.
Saturday night.
After
Yeah.
you've been drinking all day?
Yeah, well, we drank all day, and then we kind of had to sober up because we had to break down the whole party. And you're talking about breaking down, food, a full bar, all the decorations, like all the gifts, like it was a big project.
So as I was getting ready to go, and then Panda, I finally got a hold of Panda. Then about 4 hours later, Virginia texts me back.
Yeah.
Her first text is BG.
BG, okay.
Just the letters BG. Then a couple minutes later, H. And then her third and final text message, huh?
With a question mark.
No question mark. Just huh.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was sad I didn't get to go.
Probably not that sad.
Nah.
Sounds like whatever you fell into may have been more fun.
That's not true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Kids party or get some loving.
Yeah,
I
other
mean,
distractions.
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah.
I could tell when I talked to Panda. It's like, bro, don't come.
Yeah, no, it was literally winding down.
Don't even bother, man.
Yeah. Somebody's asking about the Van Halen show. I did not go to that, but I was home, and Russell, one of our KVJ Nationers, he was there, and he kept sending me videos of it. So it was like I saw the concert, so it was good. Yeah, like I said, I really didn't leave bed on Saturday. Just try to knock this thing out, man. Whatever it
That's
is.
the smart thing to do, because
Yeah.
if you go out and start drinking when your body is not healed, you'll just stay sick longer.
Yeah.
It's not fun for you.
Yep. So yeah, just trying to get that done. So that was about it. Other than just kid sport stuff, that's the only thing that we did this weekend. Let me see. Got a couple emails that have come in here today. We were talking about the insanity that was the assassination attempt on Donald Trump on Saturday that went down with that. And yeah, I'd been watching the news and was plugged in all day, and then went out to help Cannon shoot some baskets on Saturday early evening. And then when we wrapped that up and got back in the car, that's when he told me, he's like, yeah, my buddies told me that Trump just got shot. I'm like, nah, because they're always wrong about everything.
Stupid kids, what do they know?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm buying that. Because, it's been since I was a little kid the last time they got a clean shot off at somebody. And so I was like, nah. So I went home, checked it out. Sure enough, I was like, wow, okay. So, yeah, we were talking about that story. And is it going to be one of those ones? To me, what is a monumental life story is something where you remember exactly where you were and what was going on when you heard the news of that story. And there's 10 different examples of my life that I can think of. Stories from 9/11 and things like that measure up to that. I don't know if the Trump assassination attempt will be to that level. The fact they just grazed him, maybe it will be. I don't know.
Yeah, the fact that he's fine and he was shaking it off and fist pumping right after it. It's not the same as when a Reagan got shot and he went down and
you'll remember the story, but did it make such an imprint on your life? You'd be like, I remember the moment I heard that story or saw the news. Denise said, one for me was the 9/11, and she said, I remember clearly, and you guys were talking about how you were on the radio the day that that happened in 2001. She said, I was listening to you guys when the first plane hit the tower, and we had crappy internet back then and an old TV at work, and it took forever to get info, and you guys were the ones talking us through it. I always remember that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's all we were doing, just saying, I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, that was so nuts, because you didn't want to freak people out, but you're like, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. That was so crazy.
Well, it's hard to keep talking about other topics. Oh, no, Virginia, the dirt of the day with something like that.
You just
couldn't.
couldn't. Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
Nothing else mattered in that moment because we were just like, oh my gosh, our country is under attack and we don't know what's next. It was a very unsafe, scary feeling that I don't think I've felt too many times in my life.
It's weird too because I'll go back and listen to old New York radio, like your Stearns and some other shows that were,
Right.
and hearing them report in real time of what's going on. It's so freaky to listen to.
Oh, absolutely.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, because you just had no clue what was going on. It was insanity.
Well, especially in New York, you're
Absolutely,
right there. It's happening, right there.
Right. Yeah, I think more of their studios are probably uptown a bit, but yeah, you would have been able to look out and see what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them probably had a line of sight as to what was going on.
Because it was the towers first, then it was the Pentagon, right? That got hit second.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's how it went down. Then the one plane just went down in that field in Pennsylvania. So.
Because the people on the plane said, nope, we're
Yeah.
not going to let this be another plane that hits some American landmark and kills hundreds of people. Not today.
I remember I was just shocked that they were able to get to that close to the Pentagon. I guess I was under this, I don't know, understanding that it was protected by invisible laser beams or something. Because it's it's an important building. I was I was shocked they could get that close.
Yeah, it really was. It was a sobering day because you realize, because I think a lot of us do. We have the feeling that in America you are so safe and our security systems are so good that nothing like that could ever happen. And, that's why I was so shocked with the Trump situation. And I'm telling you, somebody's going to be catching a ton of shit for that.
Yeah, I would like answers soon. I'd like to know what the hell really happened, because
Yeah.
that is weird. When you got, I didn't see the footage of the shooter until this morning. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe how wide open he was.
I don't see how the Secret Service director keeps her job. I just don't think it's going to be possible. So it'll be interesting to see how it flushes out. But already she has done a very skillful job of blaming local law enforcement. She said it's their fault, not hers.
Boy.
So
Here we go.
yes, the finger pointing has begun. Maria said, yeah, Sandy Hook was very clear to me.
Yeah.
That didn't imprint for me. I obviously, the story, but I don't remember where I was when I heard that. I do remember the Columbine. We had just gotten to town, Virginia, and
Yeah.
I was in that hotel I was staying in on Singer Island before I even had a place.
I'll tell you what was freaky. I don't know if you guys remembered if you were watching it live. I was watching the World Series when the earthquake went down, because I was a huge baseball
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
That was freaky.
That
You'd
was
go in and
something.
out, and then all of a sudden
In San Francisco.
you see Terry Steinbach's wife, he was a catcher for the A's. She was freaking out, and it looked like there was just blood, and it was just a weird situation.
Yeah.
Especially as a little kid watching that.
Is that 1988?
89, I believe.
89? Okay, yeah.
Could have been 88. I don't know.
I do remember watching that as it went down. David said Super Bowl Nipplegate. That's true. I remember that. Virginia, we were at
Yeah.
a listener's house. We'd given away a Super Bowl party.
We brought them a big TV, and they were watching it on the big TV,
Yes.
and we were all just partying with them.
I was in one of the bedrooms watching it there because I don't know why, but I remember,
Yeah, what were you doing back in the bedroom?
Great
Tossing
question.
off in there.
Yeah, I was sitting there with two other people, and I remember it came on. I'm like, well, so I was right up on the screen, and sitting on the edge of the bed, end of the bed. I'm like,
like,
wait, did I just
whoa.
see what I think I just saw?
What was that?
Yeah, so I do remember that one. Yeah, I did imprint.
I bet for some people, when John Lennon died, when Elvis died,
Yep, not for me, but yeah, you're right, absolutely.
we got a lot from Michael Jackson.
Yeah, a lot of people had said that. Yeah, no doubt. Somebody said I was living in Atlanta when it happened. Remember the park bombing?
I do. The Ritual Jewel?
Yeah, for the Olympics. I think I remember where I was. Exactly right. I think I was in a sports bar in Fresno, and that went down.
Boy, if it really went down the way they say it went down as far as the whole Ritual Jewel thing, man, he really got fucked over.
He did. I saw that movie. That movie's pretty good about him.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Virginia?
I haven't seen it.
You would like that movie.
Jewel? Is that what it's called?
I think it might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Yeah, you're right. He did, man. That guy got railroaded. That was rough.
If that movie's really accurate, that's fucked up.
It seemed like. I don't remember anybody contesting it.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to help, and then
Yeah.
they made him to be the bad guy.
Messed up. Yeah, pretty much ruined his life.
Shows you what the press can do.
Dang.
Yeah, and they'll get on the wrong narrative, and then their retractions, they don't really retract stuff.
The retractions are shit compared to the hot sizzling story they bring up.
You destroy somebody, and
Yeah.
everybody knows that, but nobody remembers the retraction. Yeah. Diana from Hialeah, she has a thought here for president. She thinks that maybe Vanilla Ice should get it. She said, I'm writing him in for president because, one, he's patriotic. See the jacket. And, yeah, it's an all-American flag, no doubt. He stops. He collaborates. He listens. And if there's a problem, he solves it. Okay. There you go.
Very good.
Does he want the gig?
No, he does not. He's living his best life. I saw a video. Him and his wife were riding four-wheelers over the weekend. I think she was driving and he was drinking a beer on the back. So they look like they were having a lot of fun.
Would you ever want to be president?
No.
It seems like so not fun.
So not fun.
No, it's a tough gig. It ages you. It really does. I can't think of a president that you don't look at the beginning 4 years and look at him now. I mean, obviously it's pronounced with Biden, but you look at where he was 4 years ago. You look at, remember Obama? That dude went white in like 4 years. He came in looking like just a young spring chicken, and then it aged him 20 years.
They broke him.
I think it breaks everyone. I don't know of anyone that doesn't look like hell when they leave. Yeah, that tells you something. We were talking about crazy Uber driver stories today. Stephanie said, I was at Cheetah in Pompano one night for a friend's birthday, and I've been drinking a lot. I need to go home, but my friend suggested I do a bump of Coke to sober up a bit.
That's a friend.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Here's what you need. You need some cocaine.
You need the good stuff.
True blue friend.
So I requested the Uber, and when he pulled up, I had to spit from the bump I did, so I spat in the bushes. I got in the car, and the driver started yelling at me to get out because I was throwing up. I started to argue with him. I said, I'm fine. I'm not throwing up. I just had to spit because I just did blow.
Oh, no. You don't say that.
So here I am in the parking lot of the Cheetah, arguing with my driver that I am just on coke and I'm not sick. The shitty part is I kept requesting another Uber, and the same driver kept coming up over and over again. I started crying. I was just sitting on the side of Cheetah's there because I didn't know how I was going to get home.
Crying on the side of the strip club.
That's a rough night.
That is not fun.
Yeah.
It's such a depressing night.
Oh.
Yeah. Luckily, a bouncer saw me and got my friends inside to come out. They eventually had to call a friend to come take me home.
Yeah, sleep it off.
That's rough.
Yep.
I'm only on coke. I'm not sick.
Right.
When somebody says this statement, I'm only on coke.
I'm not barfing.
And Jeff said, Kev, Blackbeard didn't use candles in his beard. He used fuses. Okay.
Fuses.
Still, that's so
It's still, yeah.
fucking crazy.
Still
It
crazy.
seems flammable.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's pretty crazy. I'm still impressed.
Was Redbeard was he mean too? Was he also kind of a dick?
I don't remember. I don't know the differences. Blackbeard is about the only one I remember a little bit. And I don't even remember what his real name was. I just remember he was around kind of like the Outer Banks in North Carolina. He had one of his ships ran aground out there. I did a deeper dive about maybe 4 or 5 years ago on pirates, and I need to go back and touch up on that because a lot of my memory's gone away.
I love it so much. I wanted to always have that adventure, that hunting adventure, treasure chest, and coins.
Well, it's fascinating because a lot of those guys are very reputable guys. Sir Francis Drake and things like that. A lot of them were knighted, and they were turned loose by the English government and said, yeah, go and rape and pillage and pirate and steal all this money.
All right, now
Cause havoc.
Now you're showing off with your knowledge.
Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah, but they weren't really hooligans. They were
okay.
Reputable men of the time.
Huh.
Is what they were.
You've never heard of Redbeard?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of them, but don't they have just all kinds of different colored beards?
Probably. I think that.
And was it awkward when they ran into each other?
Hey, yellow beard.
Was it red? Was it black? Did they call him, white beard? Did they have white beard?
That's Santa.
Oh, okay. I remember Phil Conway. He was the guy that was trying to drown his dog, and then when somebody tried to intervene, he yelled profanities at him.
Yeah. Did he have his day in court?
Anonymous update on Phil. Sorry for the long wait, but Phil got a court date for July 12th. Phil lost custody of his dog. The dog is now going to be put up for adoption or maybe going to a rescue. Phil is no longer allowed to own any animal of any kind.
Good.
I hope this is the update everybody wanted to hear. Thank you, KVJ, for spreading the word.
Okay, cool.
That is exactly the update we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want the guy to go to jail for 10 years, but he does need to not be allowed to ever have a pet again. You do something like that in public and you show what a jerk you are, you're done.
I like that ruling, yeah.
And then we put him in a dog cage or a kennel.
That's where he spends his time.
Yeah. He gets to knock off 3 years of his sentence if he does 8 months in the kennel.
It is Elena who sent us this about Airbnb. She said, I heard you talking about the Airbnb hidden camera story the other day, and I wanted to share a movie I saw called The Rental in 2020. It's about two couples that go away for the weekend, and they discover the house has a hidden camera in the shower head. At first, they think it's the owner of the Airbnb, but spoiler alert for anybody who wants to watch this, it actually turns out to be a random guy who's been going around, and he'll rent the Airbnb, and then he'll hide the cameras in it, and then he'll then tap into the cameras and watch people.
Wow.
And then when the couple finds out about the cameras, he goes to the house that night to stop them from leaving and telling anybody about it, and he ends up killing them one by one.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my gosh, that's intense.
She said, I'm somebody who loves to watch horror movies, but this one got to me. This could really happen. It just freaked me out.
That one's too real.
That one's creepy. I kind of want to watch that.
Yeah, I got a couple to check out. We were talking about the new Nick Cage movie, Longlegs, did well. I mean, it made 20+ million at the box office. It only cost $10 million to make, so they love that. You know, you're turning a profit at least.
Heck yeah.
Somebody said Longlegs was not scary, just really weird, and Nick Cage was creepy AF.
Okay. I'd watch that too.
It was like a thriller more than a horror.
Yeah, I guess so. It's about a serial killer. That's, about the only thing I got out of it. But that's the deal.
Movies are hard to scare me typically. The stuff that scares me is the real shit. You know, you watch those montages of people going up to people's ring door and they're looking in their house.
Right, they want to kill you.
That shit scary. that will freak me out.
There's a lot of those on TikTok. People post up the weird things that came onto their porch.
There was one story, I don't know if you've seen this story, Kev, where a WWE star, one of the females there, she had a stalker, and this guy breaks into her. He not only broke into her house, he watched her. She was in her house for about 3 hours doing TV, and she left her door unlocked, her back door, and you see him walk in. He had a knife in his hand.
What?
Yeah, he went through a swamp to get to her house.
Oh, hell no. He was committed.
And then you watch him get interrogated. Holy fuck, boy. He was going to do something bad. And and somehow he barged in there, and she's a wrestler, and I think she had someone else with him, so they just ran out the front door and called the cops, and then he just sat on her couch.
What?
Yeah. It was creepy.
Yeah, there's some nutty people, man.
Just make sure your doors are locked. Not to be sounding paranoid, but just always double check your doors.
That is a wonderful lesson. Your house door and your car door. There are so many people just running around neighborhoods trying to open doors.
Well, that's what they always say. They say, burglars, they'll sometimes just go to house to see what door opens.
Yeah, it's about convenience.
Don't make it easy for them.
And if you look, every house on the street has got their doors locked. I bet they don't.
They don't. Mm-hmm. I was dropping off some stuff to a lady the other day, and I was bringing stuff to her that she won from the Crawfish Festival, and her door was like kind of ajar. And so I was like, knock, 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 no answer. Knock, 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 no answer. And then I pulled the door open a little bit, and I was like, hello, are you in here? And I said her name, and she came around the corner. I'm like, girl, your door was ajar. What are you doing? And she's like, oh, well, whatever. I think some people don't think about it.
They don't, because it's nothing like that's ever happened to them.
And just because it hasn't happened to you doesn't mean you should not be locking your door behind you each and every time. Don't make it easy for some burglar to come in your house.
That's the worst when you're alone and you're watching something creepy. I was watching that one about the WWE star. I'm going, make sure all my fucking shit's locked right now.
Do it. Lock every door behind you. Never mess around. Same thing with your car.
Do you get scared from movies? Legit scared where you have to almost turn it off?
Yeah. Especially if I was like home alone watching a scary movie. I would never do that to begin with. But yeah, that would freak me out.
Do you get that way with scary? If you're home alone and it's dark out and you're
Yeah.
watching a scary movie, will you get scared?
That's why I don't watch them because I do not play when it comes to scary because I don't want that in my head.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yes. The answer is yes. I've had that, and that's why. What am I doing? Why am I watching these things? I don't like to be scared. Forget it.
I love to be scared. I don't like when it gets to the point where I'm getting up and checking my door to make sure that's an uneasy
Or
feeling.
pulling back the shower curtain just to make sure the killer's not in there.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Because of movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that stuff, man. Forget about it. There's a couple things maybe worth watching. Apple TV has renewed the crime drama series Presumed Innocent for a second season. Could be good. I assume if they renew it, it's doing all right. This is the one that's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it. He's a lawyer accused of murder. Kind of sounds interesting.
So is Gyllenhaal on the decline? Is he still a shooting star? One of the top guys?
He's been pretty consistent.
I think he's holding in. I don't think he's the top tier,
No.
Okay.
but he's a solid B level.
So he's not an A-lister to you?
Well, I mean, you can argue if he's an A-lister or not. In Hollywood, on the grand scheme, he's not of the top tier. He's not The Rock. He's not those guys. He's a solid B though. And look, I mean, I think his movies show that. He did an Amazon Prime movie. He's doing an Apple TV show. He's good, and his products are solid.
See, I would look at him as an A-lister. I totally think. Don't you? For Gyllenhaal, you think he's a B-list?
I think he's probably a low A. He's not like a high A, like a Tom Cruise or Tom
That's
Hanks.
why the only reason you got to put him at a level to differentiate that he's not Leo DiCaprio.
Right.
So, you can't put them in the same category because it's not fair to Leo.
Does Leo have a song written by Taylor Swift? I don't know. Gyllenhaal does.
That might hurt him. That might hurt him more than help him.
That bumps him up a bit.
Yeah, and he could never get a Taylor Swift song. She's too old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would never mess with that. She's in her 30s now. I mean, my gosh.
Oh, that's way too old for him.
For Leo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Leo, yeah.
Yeah, he go mess with that. Yeah, so that could be something good to check out. They said, too, and I think this is kind of big news, they're getting everybody back for Euphoria Season 3 on HBO. I don't know that I like that show. I hear it's pretty weird and graphic and out there, so I'm not sure if that's for me. But, I mean, I do have to recognize getting Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney back, they're coming back. They are, I would say, Zendaya is an A-lister.
I would say Sydney Sweeney's on that path, too.
She's on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to have them back for a show feels pretty big to me.
That's not the hotel one, right? No, that's I'm thinking of White Lotus.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't seen Euphoria. Yeah, I think it's kind of sexual, carnal.
Yeah.
All right, I should probably check it out.
Okay.
It sounds like your kind of show.
Yeah, why are you waiting? The other thing I want to get a review on, too, I didn't get a chance to do a deep dive into Eminem's new album.
I haven't either.
Okay, I'm hearing it's good.
I bet it is.
One comment said it's his best ever. And I don't know if that's just, all right, recency bias, but apparently he goes after Diddy and Alec Baldwin on a song called Fuel. So if you want to check out a track.
And I heard he did it as a whole theme, beginning, middle, and end.
Yes.
Like they used to do back in the day in the 70s.
He said listen to the whole thing in order. To have it make sense.
I saw a funny TikTok that had like the cover of his new album. It's Eminem, and somebody put up another picture of, remember David Guest that married Liza Minnelli?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like, why is Eminem morphing into David Guest? And now I can't unsee it because he totally looks a lot like David Guest. The facial hair.
Huh,
Pretty
okay.
funny to me. You need to go look at the two pictures.
I'm looking
Eminem morphing into David Guest.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Don't sound so excited, Kev. I'll check it out.
LL Cool J's coming out with a new album, too. First one in 11 years. And he's going to have Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Nas. Is going to be on it. Rick Ross, Busta Rhymes,
See,
Saweetie.
that's a smart move, I think. Bring on some of those guys or
Yeah.
other women on there that
Right.
are popular, That'd be a fun album. That sounds like a fun album.
I mean, LL, that's the one thing I got to recognize because, man, his early stuff, I listened to a lot of LL Cool J when he was first coming out with his first couple albums. That I'm Bad, that's a phenomenal album.
Oh, Back Seat? It's about getting it on in the back seat, Virginia?
He had a lot, man. He had some songs going back to Cali. He had some stuff.
The one he does with Boyz II Men, I love. Hey Lover.
Yeah, Hey Lover, great song
Is
too.
it more than a crime?
Yeah.
I love that song.
I'm kind of hyped for that. I'm hoping it's decent. We'll see what winds up happening.
I might be playing that song after the podcast. So be ready, Virginia.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, I see that we have hit 31K on YouTube, so we need to find somebody who can do henna tattoos and have them come in and give us some face tats that we were for a week.
I believe Denny's, his wife has somebody that can do it possibly. I think
That'd be phenomenal.
I think that is our go-to as of right now.
It's time to reach out because we have hit the threshold.
Nice.
We've hit that mark, so thank you all for subscribing. Getting KVJ to 31K.
On to 32.
That's right. Onward and upwards. Got a nice email from Mike. You might remember on Friday we had a Feel Good Friday to Moose, who was on his way to the Morgan Wallen show. Unfortunately, they got the cancellation and didn't get to go. It's going to be postponed till October.
Sorry, Moose.
Yeah, they said they'll send videos when they get back to the show. So, best of luck there. So, Chi-Town Mike and Moose.
It's great. It's a great nickname.
It is, yeah. For a kid that's a country fan, Moose is a great name.
I played baseball with a guy with the nickname Moose. He was a great guy. It's one of them big...
Every baseball team had a Moose. I think we had a Moose, too.
It's a lovable nickname.
It is, yeah. It means you're a good hitter.
It does.
It's everything you want. Yeah, you want to be a Moose in baseball. It's a good sign. All right, anything else, always throw us out those emails. We appreciate it. Mail@kvjshow.com. Y'all enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.